Hey there, guys. It's Mia here. I am so excited. I am so excited about this live tonight. I decided to do a live Q&A, to pop on and do a live Q&A because today and yesterday we got tons of text messages and emails about the Giant Experience Master Training. And I thought instead of me answering those questions, my team answering those questions, I'll just come on this live with one recording and answer all of your questions. I'll answer all of your questions at the same time. So I wrote down some of the questions that we got today. I'm Mia Redrick, life and business consultant. I got started in my company over 20 years ago. I simply made a decision to go to work as myself. I wanted to figure out how to take my background as a corporate trainer and my systems in motherhood and package those into a business. Now, maybe you are like me and you're trying to figure out how to take your education, your gifts, your talent, your background, your experience, your expertise, and how to package that into something that is monetizable so that you can renegotiate the way that you earn income. Maybe you're like me. See, I had this vision, I had this dream that I wanted to work from the comfort of my home or anywhere I wanted to around the world. And I didn't know how to do that, but I felt like, and maybe you've said this too, that I was like, I feel like I'm smart enough to be able to do this, right? Like, because of what I was doing professionally in corporate America and the kind of problems I was solving, I just felt that I could make that transition once I figured it out. So, fast forward, I knew I didn't know how to build a business. I went to a small business resource center in my town, and I was told by the director of the small business resource center that my idea, in essence, mom coaching, did not make any sense and that no one would ever pay me to be a coach, And that's really how I got started. I knew I didn't know what to do myself. I started looking for someone to help me, and I went to a live event, and that one event changed the trajectory of my life. And I hired a coach from that event. I've worked with the exact same coach for the last 20 years. And I always share my story at the top because I know that if you're watching me, that likely you are already smart and sharp. You already create results for people at work, in your life, and otherwise. And you know that there's something that you have, and you're just trying to figure out what kind of structure can you put your knowledge into so that you can make all the difference. Now, tonight's live is different than most of my lives. I'm going to come on tonight and answer exclusively the questions around the Giant Experience. And I've written down tons of those because yesterday and today we got tons of text messages and emails with just small questions. And I thought I could answer those questions. My team could answer those questions, but it's better if I answer either your questions live here. If you have a question, I'll take it about the Giant Experience Master Training, or if I just answer the list of questions that were asked in one setting. Okay. And we could then share that with every single person. It's just much more efficient with my time. So let me tell you about the Giant Experience. And if you've been following me, you know that I coach women who call themselves giants. They're incredible women who have decided that they want to take their knowledge and their gifts and package what they know into a high ticket offer. Now, the Giant Experience does exactly that. It supports you if you have an idea of what you want to do, or you know that you've got a leverageable gift, something you're doing at work or something you're doing in your life that might be a soft skill like motherhood, or it could be that you're a great organizer and you're trying to figure out, how do I put this in a structure that I can monetize? The Giant Experience is for you if you already have a product or service, right? And even if you don't know what it is yet, but you've got a skill that's highly monetizable and you know it because you're already using it in your workplace and you're the go-to person, or you can see in your life that whenever you give people advice, they come back to you and they say, what you said, I did, and it really worked. And they come back over and over again. So that's the evidence that your knowledge systematically packaged could have a lot of value for others. So I decided to create this event that really smart, talented women could come together, their same ambition level and above, and network with other women who were like-minded, who also wanted to figure out how to take what they were doing and put it into a monetizable structure. That being, it could be coaching, it could be course creation, it could be consulting, it could be licensing, Maybe you're a speaker and you're looking for ways to monetize differently. It could be that or something else. I have some clients that prefer, they want to learn how to shift and build their career in television and media, and I teach them how to do that as well. Everything that I teach you at the Giant Experience is something that I have done personally, and I demonstrate it. I show my clients proof that I have done the very thing that I'm teaching them during the Giant Experience training. I think one of the greatest things that happens at the Giant Experience is that I literally pull back the layer step by step, and I answer your questions about how to take your skill and talent, and how can you build a business around it. And more importantly, I show you how to build that business with models that don't create a cap on your income and that also allow you to have more time freedom. Because often when you start a business, the reason you're starting your business is because you want more time freedom. If that's something that you want and you're watching the replay, you're watching live, then right, I want more time freedom. Is that your reason for starting a business? I'm curious. That's the reason why I started a business, is that I wanted to be my own boss. Okay. And I wanted to have the ability to own my time and do what I wanted to do when I wanted to do it. All right. And so the Giant Experience, you learn different models. All of the women that attend learn how to sell what they do for high ticket. So it's especially good for you if maybe you are currently working as a professional, let's say as a therapist, and you're looking to make a transition as a consultant or as a coach, for example, and you're charging $150 an hour, and you want to figure out how to take what you're doing and charge differently. You don't know how to structure what you're doing in a high ticket way. The Giant Experience will give you an understanding of how to fully value your talents and your gifts and your background and your education and all of your experience. And it is the reason why when you look at the testimonial pages, we've coached hundreds of people through the Giant Experience, tons of different backgrounds and professions. Why my clients create results so quickly. There's not just one, just not one type of entrepreneur that I work with. I would say easily, I don't even know. I don't even want to misquote myself, hundreds of backgrounds, completely different backgrounds that I help my clients to literally figure out their uniqueness and how to structure a offering that fully values what they do. There are four core focuses of the Giant Experience. And one is teaching you how to package what you know into a high ticket product on or offline. So I look at what you know, you bring what you know, you listen to the online training, and it elevates you to think differently about what you bring to the table. The second component of the Giant Experience is teaching you to price what you do to fully value the transformation you provide. So a lot of times we are underselling what we do because we simply do not know how to charge more for what we do. And so a lot of times people have been Google-licious, right? Searching other websites to figure out what other people are doing so that they can determine what their prices are. And I always tell my clients, I just told them last night, I said, the deal is that I've you know, talked to thousands of entrepreneurs over the years personally in my consulting business. And I can tell you that if you search what other people do, you don't know if they have a belief system where they stand in their value. And if you copy their prices, you get their beliefs. So I actually teach my clients at the Giant Experience the structures that I use to really be able to understand how to properly value what transformation I bring to the table. You also learn how to position yourself in the marketplace differently. The truth of the matter is everyone's trying to be a mini me of someone else, right? A mini me of somebody else's greatness. And what I show my clients is the thing that makes you unique and different is the thing that makes you valuable. And once we really understand what your background brings to the table, it is a game changer. It is like game over. Okay. So I show my clients to bring all of who they are to the table. And it's so interesting when they realize that marketing as yourself allows you to be authentic, allows you to attract your ideal audience, allows you to attract investors. It allows you to have the confidence that you desire to show up with your audience because you're giving them all of who you are, as opposed to muting some parts of your background and your education and your highest talents. Does that make sense? All right. And then number four, I also teach you at the Giant Experience how to find buyers and how to sell. Okay. Because what I find is that you can have the most amazing product ever. However, if you do not know, hi, Sabrina, if you do not know how to sell, if you do not know how to have a conversation, a sales conversation that's organic with the client, then sometimes you don't close. The cash register does not ring. If you do not have a list, if you don't know where to attract your ideal clients in a real simple way, then again, your cash register doesn't ring. And so during my live training, which is the 29th and the 30th, which is next week, Saturday and Sunday, I answer your questions around selling. I actually demonstrate how to sell virtually. It's very, very powerful. I know it's one of those things that supports the women that come to my trainings because they then learn firsthand exactly what they can say, and they immediately start to do that. I have had clients who've come through the Giant Experience Master Training, and while they're in the training, close because they finally had that one piece that they were looking for. Okay. So it is a full experience. It's an immersive experience. I pull back the layers and I teach you everything I have over the course of a day and a half. So here's how it works. When you sign up, you get immediate access to the training. And it's about 10 hours of amazing training of the live event, the Giant Experience that I hosted back in 2019. From that event alone, the attendees within 2.5 weeks, it's a small group, close to about $500,000. Okay, it was pretty incredible. And you get to listen to that training, be a fly on the wall, and learn step by step the mindset that my clients have to be able to close at a higher level. In addition to that, you get live time with me for a day and a half. Next Saturday, the 29th, from the 11 o'clock a.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then on Sunday from 11 till 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So you get a day and a half of you asking all the questions that you have and me answering those questions completely and deeply. You'll learn not only from the questions that you have. If you don't have any questions, no problem. You'll learn from the questions that your peers have, and it will grow you. I see it all the time. I mean, a lot of the women that come to my Giant Experience, they are like-minded. So often people will ask the question you didn't even know to ask, and you'll find tremendous value in what you're learning from that process. So the Giant Experience is a full solution event. Uh, it's how I coach my clients. I give you every single thing that I have so that you can move forward and you have that clarity and the confidence to be able to package your knowledge. So I want to run through a couple of the questions that I've gotten about the Giant Experience. When is it? The Giant Experience, the next Giant Experience is January 29th through 30th. All right, January 29th through 30th, which is next weekend. And another question that I had gotten was, will I be able to ask you questions directly? Yes, you can ask me questions, whatever questions you have directly, and I'll answer those questions over the course of the day and a half. And I can tell you this is accelerated coaching. I go deep. This is not superficial learning. If you're wondering about that, most people who come to my Giant Experience who've invested $1,697, $1,697, say that they would have paid $5,000 or more to come to the Giant Experience. And I'm not kidding you. That's just the reality of what it looks like. And if you come to the Giant Experience and you watch all the training and you do all the work and you attend the live 100% and you feel like you didn't get any value, I'll give you your money back. And we've had one person that I had to refund, and it was just not a fit. It wasn't the right time for her. It was just she wasn't ready to do the work. And so, that's the reality of what that looks like. However, if that's your experience, then you're not a fit. We just don't have it because when people come to the Giant Experience, they feel that what I've given them exceeds what they even expected. And I can tell you, I'll take amazing care of you. Number three, third question that I get is, what's the time frame? It is next Saturday from 11 o'clock to 7 o'clock, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Sunday from 11 till 2 Eastern Standard Time. Now, when you sign up, you get immediate access to the training. So sign up now, you get immediate access for 45 days to the training. So you can watch, rewind, replay, rewatch from the comfort of your home. And you'll need to, because it grows you. You'll go back to the content over and over again. And people write us like every single day that use the content. So, that's the time frame. You get access to the training for 45 days. And the live time is a day and a half next weekend, January 29th and 30th. Okay. Do I need a product, number 4, or service to get started? You do not. However, one of the things that's really important is you do have to have the ability and the desire to create results for others. Okay. That means that whatever it is that you are going to offer, you want to create a result of positive change for others. Okay. So everything that I teach my clients, whether a coach, a consultant, a trainer, online educator, you want to license a course, you want to be a media personality, you want to be a hot top paid speaker, you want to figure out different ways to monetize your book, um, or your movement. You have to want to create change for others, to elevate their lives. The giant experience is for you if you have an idea around that. Even if you don't have a product already, which I'd say easily 30% or so of the people that attend my event don't have any curriculum at all. When they get started working with me, they have no idea what they're going to do, and they move forward in their business and do exceptionally well. And if you already have a product, great. Then I think one of the things that will really benefit you is how we can restructure the way you are charging what you're doing, or building your model so that it's a model that you build the business around the life you want to live. And we can make sure that the structures allow for the quality of life that you desire. That's something that I'm really into. I built a business not to build a job. I didn't want to build a business based on hustle and grind. And I know that you don't either. So I don't teach that in my models at all. Just all money isn't good money. Working with the right clients, people who want to change the lives of others, is the kind of demographic that I work with. And I teach my clients also how to work with their ideal audience. So if you already have a product and you are trying to figure out, where can I find clients, the right clients? What are the best methods for me to easily market to my ideal clients without hustling all over the place and, just doing tons of things? The giant experience is for you. I break all of those things down. Okay. Question number 5, can it support me? Oh, I already said this. If I already have a business, absolutely. If you already have a business, the giant experience is absolutely for you, even if that business doesn't relate to what you currently want to do. So I have a lot of people who maybe are therapists or attorneys, and they are looking to, or physicians, and they are looking to change what they're doing in a completely different way. So they are technically business owners in a different business, but in this new structure, they come and learn a whole new way to do business. Okay. Will I learn how to protect my IP? Okay. Number 6, absolutely. There is a bonus training inside of the Giant Experience from my attorney, who teaches you how to protect your intellectual property. And I think it's so important to understand the value of protecting what you know. It's really, really important. It's something that I teach all my clients how to do, how to properly value what they bring to the table. And if you have any questions for me, then post them here about the Giant Experience, and I'm happy to answer any of the questions that you might have for me. I'm also going to, let me just grab it real quick. I'm going to grab the link for the Giant Experience Master Training, and I'm going to post it here so that you can take a peek if you're interested, and read for yourself all the things that are included. I wanted to do this live Q&A because yesterday and today, because of the live I did on Monday night, we got so many text messages and emails with questions, just general questions about the event. And I thought the easiest way for me to answer the questions is just to come live and answer any questions that might be on the floor. So I just posted the link for the Giant Experience for your convenience. And if you have any questions for me, then you can easily just post them here and I'll answer yours as well. Okay. So then another question asked, is this a true business event? And, it's interesting because when I read the question at first, I was like, is it a true business event? It's absolutely a business event. And I respect you too much to waste your time. And just know that. So, it's not an event where I'm entertaining you with a bunch of music playing in the background or a lot of games and dancing or any of those things. I respect you too much for that. Time is a tremendous asset, and the time that we have together, every single second, is filled with making sure that you get what you invested in over the course of the weekend. And I can tell you for sure, there's no fluff content as part of the experience. Every single second from the time you start until it ends with the lifetime is filled 100% with amazing content to move you forward. And I pull back what I've done over the years. I'm very, very transparent. I think you guys all know that about what works and what doesn't work. And I only share what has worked for me. And on Saturday night, I'll demonstrate for you what I've done in my business. So I'm not this coach or mentor that's telling you that I've done things that I can't show you what the journey looks like. I'll show you what the journey has looked like, and you'll be able to see firsthand how, when I've gotten signed to Emmy nominated, national syndicated television shows, what that look like. When I've done corporate deals with Fortune 100 and 500 brands, what that looked like. Okay. And you'll be able to step inside of my journey and understand that what I'm teaching you, I am teaching you from my experience, not from my hype. And I think that that's super important. And I just wanted to say that, is it a true business event? Absolutely. It is. Also, just what kind of women attend the event? Who is it for? It's for you if you are an implementer, if you are an action taker, if you are a go getter and a go giver. And what I mean by that, if you're the kind of person that you like to add value to the communities that you're part of, then it is for you. If you are the kind of person that you hear what needs to be done and you're like, just tell me what to do and I'll run that play, this event is going to absolutely be for you. If you're ready to show up for yourself 100% and really stand in your value and not play small, it's for you 100%. It is not for you if you are not an action taker, if you're not an implementer, if you don't believe in self-investment. Because if we're talking about building a business that's going to create freedom for you, which, is $250,000 or more, if for a lot of people that'll support them in beginning to negotiate their freedom, right, in the ways that they choose, it's going to require you to make an investment in yourself. And that's super important. If you're not investment minded, the event is not for you, because to run any business, it takes time, it takes money, and it takes effort in order for you to realize the goals that you have. And it's not for you if you're, generally speaking, negative. I work with people who, have to have a different type of mindset to step into the tallest version of themselves. And they're excited about that. They're excited about that kind of investment in themselves, growing their mind as well. Okay. Are there any questions that you might have for me? I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything on my list here. The women that attend the event, they call themselves giants. They are the kind of women that cheer for one another. This cohort, I'm sure it's going to be amazing. Every cohort we've had has been. Hundreds of women have come through the Giant Experience Master Training. It's incredible the kind of revenue that they've generated over the last year, which is amazing. Some clients, and I can't say that this will be your experience because I haven't met you yet, within days have closed high ticket. High ticket, as I define it, is a product that you sell for $2,500 or more. $2,500 or more. And so a lot of my clients sell things for $2,500 per client, $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $25,000, $50,000, $100,000 or more per client. So if you're looking at how in the world could I take what I'm doing and charge more to stand in my value, is for you. And I would say equally, if you are in that place where you feel like that tug inside of you, like I kind of like this feels like something I should do. Trust yourself. I know for me, I drove to Pennsylvania near Philadelphia 20 years ago because I was looking to change my life. And I didn't know any answers. I didn't know any entrepreneurs that weren't trading time for dollars. I knew very successful entrepreneurs, but I didn't know any that were not selling time. And I was so grateful that I attended that event. It made all the difference in the world for me because it was the first time that I saw a model that made all the difference, like a model of freedom. And I built my business so that I could work from the comfort of my home and raise my 3 kids, and and spend time dating my husband in the middle of the day. And that was really important to me, to be able to own my time. Now today my kids are older, right? They're 16 and 20, 20, almost 21, and 23, almost 24. And it's interesting because they've watched me build this business around my life, around them, in many ways. And it's allowed me to be the parent that could show up for all of the games and all of the practices and everything that we desired to, my husband and I, as a couple. And maybe that's the reason why you're wanting to, or you're looking to build a business in a different way. If you have any questions for me, um, post them here about the giant experience. I'm happy to answer them. Are there any questions that I have not answered that you have for me? This is impromptu. I decided to just come here and answer the questions that we had gotten yesterday via text and an email yesterday and today, because it was just easier for me to answer the questions here directly about the giant experience instead of having the team respond to everyone individually, right? We could just send them this. Hey there, darling. Erica, did you have any questions about the giant experience that I didn't answer? Because I'm answering the questions that came in via text. And thank you. I just got my hair cut. So you like it? I literally just got my hair. That really, actually, thank you. Okay. Because I just got my hair cut today. All right. So I appreciate you. So, are there any questions that you have for me? Any questions about the giant experience, how it works, who it's for, anything like that that I can answer for you. It might even be a question that you have around something that you're doing and wondering whether or not it's something I can support you with or not, right? Because I'm happy to answer any of those questions as well. And I think it's just the best way for you to get your questions answered directly. Um, if I don't cover your question, or you watch this late, then there's a text message right here, text number, which is the 443-383-4231 number. And you can always text us your question, and we'll answer any questions that you have about about the giant experience and is it a fit for you. I would say that if you are in that place that you're ready for something different, you're ready to show up in a completely new way for yourself this year and build a business that will allow you to become free, then the event is for you. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate you. Lisa, who you just attended the Giant Experience in December, I think. The Giant Experience is one of the best things I've ever done for myself, professionally and personally. And I was already doing pretty darn good. But let me tell you, the bar has been raised. Thank you. I appreciate you. And I appreciate your comment. It's an amazing transformational experience. And the women that you meet at the Giant Experience, I think, is probably one of the greatest things that we do is we attract really incredible, forward-thinking women. And a lot of times people have been looking for their people, right? Their own ambition level and above. They come to my event and they meet them. Okay. And, I love being able to help my clients find their people. Super important. Their accountability partners, their people they can mastermind with, etc. Okay. Are there any other questions or comments before I sign off? I decided to pop on here tonight. I come on typically every Monday, right, at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you hit your notification button so that when I come on Monday, that you can be here. But I wanted to pop on today because we got so many messages, and I wanted to just answer the ones that I had that were common themes, just to address any questions that might be on the floor. Last call. Are there any final questions that you have for me about the Giant Experience event, or whether or not the way that what I'm teaching during the Giant Experience, whether or not that's a fit for you or not? All right. Or anything else. I'm open to answering your questions. I'm here. I'm happy to do it. And any other questions that I can answer for you, let me know. All right. So going once, okay. So going once, okay. I'll do it 3 times. And also, what did I want to say? That I think is one of the greatest ahas from the Giant Experience for me personally. Because I was like, how many people have come through the Giant Experience? About last year, we had about 140 women come through the Giant Experience training, and they did incredible. It was amazing. And we were adding up just what we have from just that cohort who came through the Giant Experience, and we added up. They did over $5 million. They came to an event, spent 1697, and the women that came through that event did over $5 million that we know of. So there are clients that have generated revenue I don't know anything about. I was talking to a client right after we did that calculation. And I asked her, I said, how was your year? And she said, I had a great year, but I didn't hit my goal. And I said, okay. So, did you recoup your money? And she was like, oh yeah, she made like $210,000 more working with me than she did the year before. Her goal was $500,000. Okay. So I'm certain she'll hit it this year. So she came through the Giant Experience, made $200,000 or more, right? Made a $1,600 investment. Pretty powerful. So again, I can't guarantee that'll be your result. She does the work, and you have to do the work. And I'm always very honest about that, because no one can guarantee your success. And when you make an investment, you have to make a decision to get a return on investment. There are a lot of ways to get a return on your investment. One of the ways to get a return is do the work. Okay, implement the things that you learn. Another way to get a return is to know when your life is changing, what you're learning, how you're growing. So many people make investments and they have no idea, they have no idea how they're getting a return on investment. But you should understand that when you make an investment. Okay, going twice. All right, any final questions or comments? Did this support you guys today? All right, I'm so excited. I know no one knew I was going to come live today, but I decided to do this because this is the easiest way for us to answer all the questions at one time for about the Giant Experience, right? So, okay, going 3 times. All right, I want to thank you for being here today. I appreciate you. I appreciate you as always, and I look forward to speaking with you next week. All right, I love you. Have a great and amazing night.